Viewer discretion is advised as this video talks about themes such as abuse and suicide. When I first played Doki Doki Literature Club, I quickly fell in love with most of the cast, and I knew at some point I would like to do a character introspective. So, here it is. So much later than I expected. The Doki Doki Girls character breakdown, starting with my favorite character from the cast, Natsuki. Natsuki is a short, pink-haired girl who originally was one of the three main love interests in a version of Doki Doki Literature Club that doesn't exist anymore thanks to Monika and those events. Natsuki's character is a tsundere, or a sort of mean girl who doesn't care, or at least pretends not to care, about mainly the main character. And when we look further into her background, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. Natsuki's backstory is only implied, and from what we can get from Monika, well, everything Monika tells us can be taken with a grain of salt. But with the bonus stories that came from Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, I'm pretty sure we can start taking it at face value. So, Natsuki's an 18-year-old girl who is a part of the literature club, and her preferred form of media is manga, which she leaves in the club because her father is trash and unfortunately abuses her, although, as it turns out, her father isn't the only pile of garbage in her life. Anyway, we learn that Natsuki's personality is due to the fact that her friends are trash who rag on her hobbies, evident in both the Amy Likes Spiders poem and the Monika Natsuki side story from the Plus content. And it is implied that her father doesn't feed her. Monika blatantly says so, and Natsuki seems to imply it as well, although it could be that her dad's food just sucks. Natsuki likes to bake, and at the end of Natsuki's character arc in Act 1, if you follow her story, there's a pretty cute baking scene between her and the main character. With the basic elements of Natsuki's character out of the way, we can now talk about how much I love how she is well characterized. I did mention a little bit about how Natsuki's friends are trash, but what I omitted was at first, during the plus bonus stories, everyone but Sayori was just as bad to her as her actual friends. It was so bad that Natsuki was almost kicked out of the literature club by Monika because Monika, just like her friends, didn't see manga as literature, and Monika thought that Natsuki was using the club for her own means. And it's not until Monika sees how poorly that Natsuki is treated by her friends that she changes her tune. Yuri, Yuri did very bad things during the main story, and while partially that was Monika's fault, it doesn't change the fact that Yuri was quite terrible to Natsuki. But even so, despite everything that Yuri did to her, Natsuki still tried to help Yuri. She tried to get the main character to help, and Monika to no avail. What's even worse is that the Natsuki and Sayori side story seems to imply that Natsuki doesn't react well to being treated positively because she is so used to being abused by everyone in her life that she sees kindness as someone preparing to hurt her again. She just doesn't know how to cope with it. With all these factors, when a new element is thrown into her life, the main character, she naturally is very hesitant to trust the main character. And while she talks about how difficult it is to interact with people because her hobby is manga, you can see the hesitance to trust the main character because she's been burned before. Natsuki is an incredibly kind girl who tried her best to save her friends despite the hell that she is constantly put through. She didn't give up when Yuri was treating her terribly, and she and Yuri did have a good moment in the Natsuki and Yuri side story, but we're not going to talk about that right now. And also, just a little bonus fact, Natsuki was the only member of the cast that Monica didn't try to force to kill herself. Monica deletes her after she sees Yuri's dead body. And I kind of believe that it might not have been possible for Monica to actually push Natsuki that far because she suffers so much. And despite this, she does try to help others, although it is worth noting that there is a cost. As I said with the Sayuri side story, she doesn't seem to work well with others being kind to her, and after being a part of the literature club for a while, and with all the things going on in her life, she does have a panic attack during the Natsuki and Yuri side story. But anyway, thanks as always for watching. I do hope to do more videos like this, and I will be doing the rest of the cast as well. And I really hope to upload more than once a week, but we'll see how that all plays out. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and thank you again.